Shalom, call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bahashim Pakwadashi, double honors to the other apostles and other bishops, a great millstone, even the elders that came before them. They taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David and the elder Yahshua with a quick little lesson, right? Understand that everything ends in war. There's no getting out of the war, and you have to understand that you're in the war now. And you have to move with a warlike footing, with a warlike mentality. Now, you have to conceal it, knowing what's going on. Okay? And you have to do that straight through to the chariots with a Clark Kent frame of mind. Yeah, you know everything that's going on, but you're acting like everybody else, like you don't know. But you know perfectly well. And therefore you're blending in, right? You're trying to because you're glowing, but you can't be running around glowing and gloating. Glowing and gloating, right? You're going to lose your glow if you're gloating. You can get yourself caught up, bringing attention to yourself. That's the Al-Azhar, hey, look at me, I'm making a record. I want to blow up. Are all eyes on me? And all that shit. You understand? You done brought that bullshit. It's time to get the hell out of you. You got all of these people jacked up, right? In a war within Israel. Right? And that's the Most High. So we're not worried about that. This is Sabby Sabs right now. 1 hour ago, breaking. Trump bombs Iran. Iran fires back. This is what? What do you mean? This is an hour ago today. Huh? Breaking. Trump bombs Iran. Iran fires back. So what MOU? What ceasefire? Just with that right there. See, I'm going to make this quick. All right? Let's get peace and safety. What does peace and safety mean? Peace and safety is a war tactic. Okay? What does this say? This is a war strategy. Right? When people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly as labor pains upon. When we're in talks, when we're in a ceasefire, motherfucker, we're going to get you. We're going to send fire down from heaven on the talks. That's what when we're talking, when we're in talks, where are people saying peace at these meetings? Okay, well, we're going to meet in Geneva, Switzerland, and we're going to map out an MOU. No, you're going to get there, and we're going to rain down hellfire on the meeting itself. That's what this is saying. Look at it in the spirit and understand that this is what's happening. Oh, I don't mean that. Well, this is what's happening. You tell me that it's not. Well, you don't mean that. Well, tell me that that's not what's happening in real time. You understand? This is what's happening. Literally. Okay? This is a war strategy. The war strategy of the Amalekites goes like this. We're going to put C4, small amount of C4 in a pager. This is the war strategy of the Amalekites. We're going to call for peace talks. And while they're forming, getting ready, and they're holding their formal address and calling the meeting to attention, we're going to hit the building with everything we got to send a message. That's what this is. That's exactly what it is. Now let's go here. Real quick, because when you understand this, This is going on now. This is the world you're in right now. If you don't know, oh, you don't mean that. Okay. You keep thinking things are going to get better until this is on your doorstep, motherfucker. You'll understand this soon. The spirit of it. Okay? Now let's get this. Same thing. This is the same thing. What does this mean in the spirit? Matthew 24:6. What does this mean? We got to explain it. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. What do you mean? This is a war strategy. We're going to lie. We're going to use lies and deception. That's what this means. We're going to use the news. We're going to use the news media. So this is a war strategy. If you look at this as a war strategy, you will hear of war. See, what kind of war strategy? It's right here. See to it that what? That when they come on the television, watch. When they use the news, right? What does this say? That's your rumors of war right there. Your rumors are reports. News reports. What kind of reports? Reports. What kind of reports? News reports. The news, the media, CNN, Fox News. We're going to tell you, we're winning the war. You're getting your ass kicked. This is a war strategy. You are going to hear the noise of battles far away. Oh, they are fighting. They're actually at war. But then you're going to hear nothing but lies about it in the media. They're going to use this as a war strategy. Okay? Oh, well, we got an MOU. No, you don't. All right? Everything's fine. Let the stock market reflect the news of the day. The news report. What does the stock market say? Well, it says this right here. It's called a stock market what? It's called a stock market report. Well, the news, the report of the war, drives the stock market. Oh, well, we opened the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, that's about war. It's a war strategy. Okay. We put a we put a blockade to the blockade. What? We're winning. The strait is open. Open the strait, you fucking bastard. What is that? It's a war strategy. We're going to annihilate the whole. It's a war strategy. Report. Here's the news report. This guy's using what? He's using Truth Social, social media, so as a news report. Rumors. He's using his personal. They didn't have that in World War II. The internet, where this motherfucker could espouse his opinion about what he's going to do from the bully pulpit, being the commander in chief. The guy who is recorded as the top reality TV personality ever. Which is what? Media. They put him there for what? He was groomed. When they were doing, you're fired. You're fired. I'm Donald Trump. Da 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 da. I'm famous. I'm in your head. 20 years before we make this guy the president. Okay? And now he's telling you, we're going to bomb and annihilate, obliterate it. He's able to use the media to win the war. It's a war strategy. You will hear, right? You will hear of wars. You will what? You are bound to hear because it's just going to be everywhere. It is going to happen that you are going to hear rumors. Hear what? Hear of wars. You're going to hear rumors. Why? Because they're going to use this as a war strategy, right? Oh, we're winning. Public opinion. More so than any other time. If you go back to Tokyo Rose, let's do that real quick. I don't know where this is going, but here we are. What is Tokyo Rose? It's a war strategy, propaganda. What is Tokyo? See if it comes up. Tokyo what? R. Tokyo Rose was a collective mythical nickname given by Allied troops during World War II to the dozen or so English-speaking female what? Broadcasters on what? Media. So this is not new, but it's perfected. Okay, Tokyo Rose is what? A dozen or so English-speaking female broadcasters who were Japanese, who aired Japanese propaganda intended to demoralize American servicemen. So this is what the Japanese were doing to Americans. Tokyo Rose was some girls that get, hey, American soldier, right? This. Hey, American soldier, you're going to lose. You might as well surrender and da-da-da-da, right? Well, that's what Trump is doing. He's the commander. Oh, we're going to rain down hellfire. And this is the same thing. Intended to demoralize who? Iranian or anybody fighting against the West or the world at this point, because we're at World War. The broadcast played alongside popular music fake reports, what is this? Of heavy U.S. military losses in home state. This is what Trump is doing. We killed their military. We killed their Air Force. We killed their Navy. He's doing exactly this. But instead of a dozen or so English-speaking female broadcasters, we're talking about the commander-in-chief who was implemented through MK Ultra into your head 20 years ago. You're fired, right? What was his name? The executive, what was it? The intern, whatever the fuck that bullshit was called. Okay, so you got to understand what's going on. What was that? It was a propaganda. It was MK Ultra. It was mind control intended to demoralize American servicemen. Okay, so what is Donald Trump using Truth Social for? One day, oh, well, these are respectable people that deserve to be heard. Talking about Iranians. The next day, we're going to bomb you bastards. We're going to bomb you to hell, you towelheads. So what is that? He's using that as a weapon. This was a weapon. Okay? What does it say? Tokyo Rose was a collective mythical name given by Allied troops. So they were fighting. Allied troops were fighting against Tokyo Rose. This is a mind control program put out. Okay? Slovakia. Let's look at let's listen to.
All right, guys, we got some big news happening here in the Middle East. The United States and Iran are officially trading blows once again.
So understand, you, right, are in perpetual combat right now. And if you're not walking through the valley of the shadow of death, see, everything that's going on over there is already going on over here. Okay? Who is America fighting against? Who does it say? Iran. Iranians aren't here. Iranians aren't attacking other Iranians here. Let's see if we can find that. Where was that at? This one guy. Let's see, Iranian. attack other Iranians in USA. Let's see what this brings up. Look at this. That's not right. Look at what the news does. It takes you straight to what they want you to see, and that's news strikes. Look at that. No, Iranians are here, right? They clearly don't want us to see that. Look, this is bombarded. What do I put? There was an incident, I forgot where it was, where they knocked one guy off a bike, or the bike comes up and says, pull over. Look at this. Look at all of this. See, this is what they want you to see. So I'm going to go ahead and close. Look at that, 8 hours ago. So this is it. Look at what they're doing. Okay, 5 months ago. 3 months. 4 hours. Look at this. 13 hours. This is what's going on. All right. I put Iranian attack. Look at what comes up. So here's the news right here. $18 hours. U.S. conducts airstrikes on Iranian targets. It's going down, clearly. Iran attacks Bahrain after. Whoo, it's going down right now. Look at this.
And breaking news in the Middle East, Iran says it has struck U.S. military targets, and what they're saying is retaliation. Iranian state media released this new footage of the Strait of Hormuz after the attacks. The UK Maritime Agency says that they have reports of a vessel being struck by an unidentified projectile in the strait. Iran says it's new backlash to strikes from the U.S. military. The U.S. released this video of the strikes they conducted Friday. President Trump says it was retaliation to another.
This ain't nothing. This is some tit for tat shit to keep this thing going. Probably Trump doing what Bibi wants him to do after this little stir up or whatever. But the point is this, okay? What does this mean regarding prophecy? And then I'm gonna go ahead and close. What this means is that this is what Bibi wants, right? But if Iran is attacking Bahrain, Iran is about to attack Israel. Okay. Iran is about to attack Israel. So what is this doing? This is pushing what? This is pushing nukes. If this speeds up, right? If whatever just started a day ago and now is going hot is pushing nukes, okay? Because Bibi's ready to let one go. He's scared. Right? Now, what has to happen before nukes just become the thing of the day? What has to happen first? Well, that CHIP has to be forced. What does that mean? Does that mean we have some time? No, it means this. That means that a false flag is coming. When? Right there on this next holiday, right? In July. Because they have no time. They have to do something, right? And what we're doing is we're reading, we're measuring. Let's get that. Were you talking to who? What? We're measuring. This is called measuring the time. Real quick. He answered me in 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and that's what we're doing. How? With the prophecies, these signs. Okay? Now, what are we talking about? We're talking about Israel is about to go nuke crazy because of this buildup of this new war again. Because Israel wants to go nuke. They want to show their power. Okay? Israel wants to show their power. What power? They got nukes. And they want to hurry up before Iran gets enough to show their power back. So time is short. They want to go to nukes quick, but what has to happen first? We know by prophecy that CHIP has to happen. So what? Something's going to happen to speed that up. What? FF. They got to make something happen. A Gulf of Tonkin, right? A false flag. When is that going to happen? Well, the soonest that they can do something believable and get some traction. They need some traction to make everybody scared. Highly visible. Big crowds. Fair use, and I'm had nothing to do with anything. I'm just through the spirit of prophecy. What do you think is about to happen? They're at war. And Israel is itching to drop a nuke. Itching. And been trying. And the Most High been thwarting it. Holding back the four winds. Okay? If you understand what's going on, here's what's going to happen next. Right? They've been talking about, and I'm talking about Babylon is the one that's going to do it. They're going to flip a switch. Or your boy Bibi is going to just lob what do they call that one that goes up? It shuts everything down. Right? Shut down the power. It's a nuke they shoot up there. Okay? I forget what it's called. It's escaping me right now because I'm old. But it's called an electromagnetic pulse, right? And they're prepared to do that. They have specific nukes for that, right? And they're talking about doing it. And if they do it, why would they do that? To create a situation, right? What they would do is say that Iran did it. Now can we get your permission to go over there and move forward with this campaign? While the lights are out, and while the lights are out, they're like, now you got to take this CHIP. Okay? And if you can't see that that's the natural progression of things, that's how you get to nukes within a year. Or that's how you get the nukes within 6 months, right? 6 to 3 months, because they're itching. Nukes got to start somewhere. Where do they end? They end with the volley over being shot over here, but they got to start somewhere and then gradually pick up to that volley, right? I say all of that takes place within a year. When does it start? I say within the next 3 to 6 months, if not earlier. Well, how does that happen? With an EMP. I'm just showing you how all this could happen and we be out of here within a year. Why am I saying that? Because of what she's saying right here. Because they just started dropping bombs. What does it mean? This is World War III. Okay, before it escalates into oblivion, what is going to be taking place on the ground? What is going to be taking place on the ground in Babylon the Great? Sea hipping, concentration camps, forced control, and all kind of other shit. Chaos. They got to create chaos to bring the control. The draconian, to unleash the robots. See, niggas ain't thinking down the road. You ain't thinking about robots. But these things are about to become reality. They're showing you the robots. Hey, look at them dancing. They're showing you the drones. Hey, look at the drones. They look like an octopus. How cute. Until they're on your ass. Well, the nigga died by drone and they filmed it. See, right here, he understands he's caught. He can't shoot him down. He just gives it, pop, 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 and now he's dead. That's coming. Drone wars. Why do you think they're setting up that little cage down at the White House? They're gonna jumbotron to shit. Go Savvy.
And after the U.S. accused Iran of striking a vessel in the Strait of Hormuz.
That's all it takes.
Now, Iran is saying that the U.S. is violating the MOU, that agreement between both countries there. The U.S. is saying that Iran violated the MOU. Let's go ahead and get into it, folks. We are back at it again this Saturday. Shout out to Midas Touch here. Trump says Iran launched at least 4 one-way attack drones.
This is this. You will hear of wars and reports. We're hearing a report of a war from who? From this lion sack who happens to be the commander-in-chief of the WACS. He's a commander-in-chief. And he's telling the story. And you know he's lying. Rumors. Look at this. And this is a war strategy. Midas Touch, they're going back and forth. This is the news. Okay? Or what is considered news. Considered what? Considered this. Considered what? Consider this. News of battles far away. Oh, lie. What? Rumors of battles. Wars and rumors, news, reports. News reports. From who? Donald J. Trump himself, the liar in chief. Okay? And who else? Anybody under him. Oh, you're not a very good reporter. You're not reporting what I tell you to report. Fake news, fake news, fake news.
At ships transiting, the Strait of Hormuz. Let's go ahead and get into the statement here from Donald Trump. The Islamic Republic of Iran shot at least 4 one-way attack drones at ships traversing the Strait of Hormuz. One of the drones solidly hit the upper deck of a large and very expensive cargo carrier.
Kind of like what was that? Gulf of Tonkin incident. What was the name of the ship that was involved? I forget. It's whatever you say happened, right? Right? It's whatever you say. They're finding out that the Titanic was full of Negroes, aristocrats that were being taken down. They were all black. Well, that makes sense. Right? Drown them niggas like they did at Black Wall Street. Set it on fire, drown them. Whatever. Anyway, war's back on, right? And this is war and rumors of war at its finest. This is a war strategy, right? This is a foolish violation of what? Our other strategy, ceasefire agreement, right? War, what did they call that? Peace and safety. This is a violation of our peace and safety agreement. That means nothing. It means we're going to fire on you the first chance we get some C4 in a pager. With that, we pray that the elector edified you, brother. Peace and shalom.